Dear friends, greetings to all on my channel. Today's video I want to devote to the most touching moments from the movie Avengers Endgame that will be associated with Iron Man. The first point I wanted to draw your attention to is of course that Tony and Pepper Potts finally absolutely everything worked out perfectly. They have a beautiful daughter, Morgan, who is 5 years old, and she is very similar to her father in that she loves to play in her dad's garage. Tony became a truly happy person, because he got everything that he had long dreamed of. Tony Stark became one of the chosen ones who could hear the most sincere and faithful words spoken from the lips of his little daughter, which cost much more than absolutely all the wealth and treasures that exist. Tony is a great father. He is ready to give up all his affairs for the sake of his beloved daughter, because for him she is above everything else. The second point I wanted to talk about is a very difficult moment to choose between quiet calm and superheroism. When Captain America, the Black Widow, and Ant-Man visit Tony's house and try to persuade Tony Stark to create a time machine, but all their attempts bring no result, because their visit brings only confusion and chaos to his quiet, measured and happy life. Horrible memories, the loss of friends, relatives, the bitterness of defeat, and even the opportunity to lose everything that he had over the years, do not go unnoticed. All this is completely reflected on his face and sweeps like a tornado in front of his eyes. And yet, Tony Stark remains Tony Stark. He is well aware that no one except him will cope with the solution of the quantum jump problem. And he will never, for anything, be able to sit quietly on the side with his hands clasped and inactive when people need his help. The third point is that meeting with her father. Unexpected, touching and painfully, meeting Tony Stark with his father. For years Tony Stark's unquenchable pain in his heart and mind was the death of his parents. He didn't know who was responsible for their death. Using the newest and advanced technologies, he tried at least for a moment bring him back to life. But all this was only illusion. Tony loves his parents, and when he learns about what Bucky Barnes is responsible for their deaths, he was ready to tear him to pieces and even intercede for him, Captain America, despite their friendship. The ending gives the opportunity for Tony to meet his father, Howard Stark. This meeting leads Tony Stark into a huge turmoil and confusion. What he dreamed of all these years happened. He was able not only to see and talk to my long-deceased father, and hug him, to hear kind and gentle words in his address and say what he really wanted but did not tell you, his father. The fourth time, the battle with Thanos. Once Thanos arrives on Earth first, that it provides, deals a devastating blow to the headquarters of the Avengers. Many Avengers are buried under the rubble and are unable to rebuff the Mad Titan. And only 3 heroes go to meet the Thanos. This is a very epic and climactic that Iron Man, Thor and Captain America confront the most powerful villain in the universe. Fiercely and consistently fighting heroes. At their best. At some point Thor is on the verge of death from his own weapon. But as Captain America becomes worthy and raises Mjolnir, then blasts Thanos, thus saving the Torah. But in the end Thanos is stronger, and when everything would seem to become hopeless in the headphones, Kappa is the voice of a falcon. And numerous portals open, returning all the disappeared heroes, forming a huge army that gives us a storm of joy, glee and delight, as well as confidence in the victory over Thanos and his army. The battle against Thanos is wholly connected with the most tragic moment, the death of Iron Man. It is unbearably painful to realize the loss of the most beloved hero, who for so many years has been so loved by millions of fans. His cheerful disposition and jokes that are witty and unique, his light character, openness and honesty, devotion to friends, relatives, But the most important thing is the willingness to sacrifice oneself for the sake of completely unfamiliar people. For justice and goodness to triumph, even if the price to it will be his own life. A truly tragic picture, after which the hologram of the prudent Tony Stark appears on the screen. Pronounce a farewell speech for his closest people. But the very last words he left for his beautiful, only and beloved daughter Morgan. Then the funeral ceremony takes place. I'm sure that she didn't leave anyone indifferent. In the hearts of millions of fans, there will remain the pain of loss, which each of them will remember for many long years. That's all. I wish you all health, happiness and prosperity. Until next time, dear friends.